Hello everyone and welcome back to the next part of Jam Plays Daily Valhalla. Hope you guys are enjoying your holiday hangover this weekend. This is always, as an aside, this is always the most boring week of the year for me. Like the weird after period where it's not the new year, but it's not the Christmas build-up anymore. Honestly, if it were up to me, they'd move Christmas to the 30th, so we don't have this issue. Although that's probably sacrilege, so Speaking of the 30th, rent is due on the 30th. Please make sure your account has the necessary 10,000 or you'll be evicted. Jill watched Night of the ID Snatchers. Buying a poster of it will prevent her from getting too distracted. Well, I am sure it will, but unfortunately we are trying to save some money. So we will probably not be getting that. There are cats in heat outside. I'd have blue balls, if I still had any. I feel like I need to do like the Timmy Turner's dad, like, this is where I'd have my balls, if I had any. Is for his real name Okaroon then? Who knows? Did Kira Miki update today? No, she did not. Biker gang arrested after vandalism during protests by Lana Smithy. The members of one of the largest biker gangs in the Motor City sector were arrested after the group's leader and her entourage were found at the site of a protest last Friday. Their leader, commonly known in the streets as Christine Love, declared to the press that they were unjustly arrested, that her gang were only there to defend protesters from the riot nights. They're afraid of us. They know they can't take us down the street, so they use protesters as a shield, and we had no option but to surrender, Love told Augmented Eye during a phone conversation. They're currently detained and waiting for trial. The formal charges are unknown so far. Isn't she a game developer? She's many things. Parliament discusses anime influence. This is probably going to happen at some point in the Western Hemisphere if it hasn't already. During an unusual meeting held at Parliament today, delegates discussed the effects of anime on the population. Is this like the unexpected sequel to like the Tipo Lockhart Italian Synod incident? It's nothing but filth, trash, a representative from the Workers' Party yelled during the meeting. If I could choke every single writer and animator out there, I'd do it. I'd choke them with my own enhanced hands. Several anime studio heads have responded to the news. I think they would ban it if it wasn't bringing so much money to the local market, Yamake, the producer told the Augmented Eye during a phone interview. I do agree that anime is trash, but it'll save the genre. You can trust me. Ah yes, important topics and all. And this is about as important as a lot of conversations in the government, if we're being honest. Taylor the Brain tired of name change requests. Ooh, Taylor! Taylor, our beloved. A couple of weeks ago, we wrote about Taylor, one of the brains from the Sola Alma Anima project. One of the highlights from the interview that was unfortunately stripped from the finished version was a stray comment about how many people asked Taylor to change their name to Brian on a regular basis. I know some people try to be funny, but I won't change my name for a punchline, Taylor told the Augmented Eye team. I like the name Taylor, and there's nothing wrong with Brian. I just won't be a part of the joke. My life is worth more than that. Taylor is currently looking at their chances of becoming a senator in the upcoming electoral season. Well, he has my vote. Taylor. I still love, like, the headcanon that Taylor has just unfathomable riz. I mean, it's only a half a headcanon. He was flirting with Jill and Alma the entire time. Any more from Danger Review? Yori new season. It's finally here! I can't believe I'm alive for this day. Thank you, based God. All boards report in. Was cringe and based slang back in 2016? Because this game came out in 2016. I didn't realize cringe and based was that old of slang. I mean, obviously cringe cringe and base as just general words have been around that long, but like, in the context being used here, I guess they have, huh? For some reason I remember base and cringe being like a post-COVID thing, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not going to pretend that I'm trendy even in the slightest, so... Can't believe I'm alive for this day. Thank you, base god. All boards report in. Whatever boards, you idiot. Nice. More stupid moblobs. Yori Yori gets a new season, but the actual best Yori Yori is still up in the air. My internet service gets cut off tomorrow because I can't afford it anymore. Wake me up. Good job, you stupid neat. Oh god, here we go. Prepare hot cocoa, sit in a comfy couch, put on my favorite mega Christmas sweater, see snow falling outside, turn on the heater, get my blanket, watch glorious Yori Yori and fall asleep when it ends. I am the comfy. I wish I was as comfy. Have work tomorrow. Enjoy the Yorus for me, Danger You. This thread is closed. Sounds cute. For nerds, maybe. I like how Jill keeps saying like, oh, this is for nerds, this is for nerds. Jill, it has been very well established in canon that you are a total nerd at this point. Are you just saying it's for you then? But for the record, this list of what you should be doing right here is how you should be enjoying this stream, chat. Wink wink. I like how I still refer to you guys as chat and stream even though this isn't live. I mean, I guess it still is a chat. It's like the YouTube comments section. Yeah. Anyways, these two we've already seen, so that'll be it for the news. And now for a star in our reasonably priced car. Let's go to work. Tuesday, December 27th. Good evening. Hey Jill, let's have a New Year's party this Saturday. Isn't that a bit soon? Why? Did someone famous get killed at a New Year's party? No, I mean... Never mind. Sure, I'm in for it. That's another problem with like how the end of the holidays work. I already hate that Halloween, Thanksgiving, and American Thanksgiving and Christmas cannibalize each other, basically. But then you have New Year's like less than a week later. So trying to have like a Christmas and a New Year's themed thing is like you have like barely any time to get like New Year's plans set up. I don't know how they do it every year with like the ball dropping in Times Square in New York City. Great. Also, I just realized. Also, I've talked about this once with like with a friend I have on the West Coast. It must be lame as heck seeing like the Times Square ball drop if you don't live in the Eastern time zone. Because that's the only time when it's like even remotely cool. Either you live in like Europe and it's just like well after the New Year started, or you're on like in California and you're waiting 3 hours after that. Like, oh wow, the ball dropped at 9 p.m. I mean, also, I think the ball dropping is lame. I mean, I should probably save this for the actual New Year's Day, that episode, but I always thought the ball dropping was super lame, because as a child, I thought they were literally dropping a ball, like a giant ball. They were going to the top of a skyscraper and just letting it go, having it crash against the pavement in a beautiful crescendo. 10-year-old me was so ecstatic, and then when I was finally old enough that my parents would let me stay up to watch it, just like on a conveyor thing, and it drops very slowly and like 10 feet. Like, that's so lame. Who cares? If you're gonna say the ball drops, drop a ball, man. You're already... I mean, if it's about cleanup, I mean, you already dropped like 1,000,000 pounds of confetti everywhere that you gotta clean up the next day. What's a ball gonna add to it? Whatever. Anyways. And Gil? He's coming too. I mean, it's not like he has anything else to do. Dang! Gil might have plans. I mean, goodness knows he's tied up in whatever mafia is out there. Hey. No, I mean, where is he? He was escorting a client of his to the station. He should be back any second now. Back? See? So, you coming to the New Year's party too, Gil? It's not like I have anything else to do, so... I told you. We're depressing people. Oh yeah, the kid from the other day. Gabby, I think you called her, asked me to give you this. When did Gillian meet with Gabby? Unless it was like that current... Unless it was the point where he was walking her home that day, but in that case, Gil just waited 6 days to impart this information. I believe it's a note. A note? Gabby? Let's see. First of all, I want to apologize for my behavior before. I was so hurt by my sister's death, and it wasn't fair to take out all the stress on you, let alone put the blame on you. Though it feels weird to ask this of you after how I treated you, but I really wanted to talk to you. I want to catch up and chat for a while. See what you were doing with me before I lashed out. I want to understand this freedom you talked about, the fear that drove you to a fight with my sister. I have never seen a middle schooler this eloquent in my entire life. Even like the gifted kids in middle school would probably not talk like this. I'll go back to the bar on the 31st. I won't take much of your time. If you don't want to see me after all that, I'll understand. Please, I really want to talk to you, Gabby. Yeah, even Dana's impressed. Wow, that girl has a big vocabulary. She was always a smart one. Huh? The 31st is written in different handwriting. Oh yeah, she asked me when you'd be here and relatively free. So I told her about the party. Okay, so Gil did meet with Gabby today, because Dana concocted the party today. What was Gil doing on his adventures that caused him to just interact with a middle schooler who he escorted from the bar 6 days after the fact? Unless Gabby contacted him, which case, how does Gabby have Gil's contact info? I also assumed you'd say yes to the party, which might have not been the best idea, now that I think about it. Boss, I'm having second thoughts about coming to the party. What? Why? Because I really don't want to face Gabby again. Now it's coming back to me. It drove me to never go back and apologize after all these years. Fear and shame. Shame because I know I made a hideously stupid mistake, and it's painful to face your mistakes. Fear of what they might say. With Lenore, we never broke up formally, so I was always afraid that we were to meet again. She'd break up with me. Aww. And I don't want Gabby to tell me that she hates me to my face. Lenore was in the right to break up with me, and Gabby is in the right to hate me. And I don't want her to. Maybe if I never see her again, she'll never tell me that, and... Jill, you idiot! Yeah? You're thinking backwards. Didn't the letter say she wanted to understand you? If you bail out on this, she will hate you. Not only that, but you're getting a new chance here. Do you want to live the rest of your life running from another memory? Didn't you just say to Armtridge that you hated feeling like that? Armtridge? Titty hacker. Alma, right. I don't know what happened when you fought with that girl's sister, but now you have a chance to make amends. Not only that, you have us watching your back. So I want you to think about this. One day of fear or a lifetime filled with regret? Which one do you pick? Yeah. Yeah! You're right. I hated feeling like that. I won't run away this time. Good, because I would have gone to your apartment and dragged you out of there if need be. Hey, boss? Thanks. That's what friends are for. Yeah. Anyways, let's start the day. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Seriously though, it's the second note that has stirred such feelings in me. Second one. 2 weeks ago, I got another note in the mail. This one is from Lenore. Was that the envelope you took away from me in a panic? Yep. You haven't opened it? Why not open it with Gabby? You're facing one fear, might as well face the other. Maybe. Don't push her, Chief. I'm not, I just know she's capable of doing all that. I'll go secure stuff for the party. Call me if you need anything. Keep it up, Jill. Thanks. Happy holidays! Someone's happy. We held a party for the staff and their children. You should have seen the faces of those kids receiving gifts. Having that Santa suit at the last minute the other day was totally worth it. Santa dresses seem to have been popular this year. I heard they were sold out in most places. Yeah, because wasn't Dorothy trying to find one for reasons? There was this weird shortage of Santa suits, but luck was on my side this year. Sorry for that outburst. Why? You look so happy, I felt happy too. You shouldn't hide your happiness. Well, anyway, can you get me a cobalt velvet, please? Sure. Well, you are rich and we are broke, so let's make it a double, shall we? It's like a bit of champagne served on a cup. It's like champagne served on a cup that had a bit of cola left. Serve. Here. Thanks. Are you meeting with Say today? She should be here in a bit. She told me she wanted a drink here, and since I was coming here too... Sadly, I can't stay for long. I have some errands to run. How has she been lately? She's better. Her wounds have been healed really nicely. Only she stopped scratching at her bandages so often. What about her eye? Ah! For some reason, anytime someone says eye or even close to eye, Stella just awakens like a sleeper agent. I assume she thinks someone's talking about her lack of another eye. Oh, hers. Sorry. It'll take longer to heal, but as long as it's kept clean, there should be no problem. But to be honest, I'm more worried about her emotional wounds. She doesn't show it, but she's had depressive bouts from time to time. And who can blame her? Her life changed completely. The job she loved no longer exists. She was used as a disposable pawn in the whole bank affair. I'm afraid it'll make her go back to her old ways. Old ways? There was a rough spot when Say was a teen. Her mom's clinic was about to close. Then, her biological father, who was an asshole, showed up. And the teachers at her school didn't help. Faye is not a slow learner by any means, but her way of learning stuff is different. She needs equivalences to things she knows. You need to get a bit in her mindset. Once you get this, she's a fast learner. But schools don't have that kind of patience. Stella casually calling out the US education system. Yay! No, but seriously, a lot of education sucks for reasons just like this. where schools genuinely just try to get through material instead of actually teaching the children. They basically branded her a failure. She even dropped out. I would have suggested a special course somewhere else, but that would have offended her. She's always been against being labeled as special or different. Anyway, Sei was totally different during that period. Foul mouth, short fuse. Did Jill have to stifle back a laugh there? What was that about? No, seriously, Jill, what the heck? Always frowning. The total opposite of how she is nowadays. From time to time, I see that old look cross her face, and it scares me. You're comparing her to her teen self, though. People mature. Maybe she'll show signs from time to time, but I bet Sei knows better than to go back to that. I hope so. Get me something cold and sweet, will you? Sure. I'm curious, why did Jill just go like that? Was she, like, sighing? Was she holding back a laugh? Like, what? Game, what does that mean? Wait, hold on. The description for Moonblast. No relation to the Hadron cannon you can see on the moon for 1 week every month. The heck is a Hadron cannon? Alright. Here. Thanks. This is the kind of stuff Sei asked for, you know? Now that you mention it. You know, back when Sei reappeared, it seems that she came here first. Oh yeah, she told me that. Glad she found a familiar face after all that chaos. Did she tell you we had a talk at the back of the bar? You did? Well, it's nothing that important, but she was devastated, you know? Jill, I feel like that was probably a private conversation that Sei was having with you, but I mean, I get that Stella's her childhood friend and might benefit from the information, but still. Didn't you say, like, to Donovan D. Dawson, like, one of the first days, that you didn't want to share too many people's secrets because they would lose their trust in you? She was afraid, tired. It hit me quite hard, not only after seeing her covered in bandages, but also after seeing her so cheerful before. I mean, I guess Jill didn't go into specifics, but still. I mean, and I guess that is a concerning conversation. You would want to report that to your friend, to her friend. Yeah, I guess it's alright, but yeah. I don't know, Chad, I guess that's your question of the day. Do you think Jill should have disclosed that conversation to Stella, or do you think she should have kept it to herself? Do you think it was rude to tell that to Stella or not? Well, I guess. I don't know. There's a reason I don't talk to people. I guess I should be thanking you then. You what? When I met with her, she told me you calmed her down quite a bit. I did? I'm guessing with all that was going on, the desire to not worry me weighed on her. It has happened before. So it's good that there was someone else for her to share her stress with. Thanks. Sure. I don't think I did anything noteworthy, but sure. I've been wondering, Can you really be so calm in the lower parts of the city? Huh? I mean, the streets are not exactly safe, and a cat boomer is sure to become a target. Well, I have my security staffing me at all times, so there's no problem. Besides, this part of the city is healthier. Come again? Sure, uptown is cleaner and maybe more secure, but it's also too sterile. Around here, you can actually feel the warmth of the people. You feel there are people living. As someone who lives in a large city and is aware of both the uptown and downtown sections, I kind of get that. I especially like going to a busy food stand. I feel a warmth there that uptown doesn't have. It's also easier to talk to people. You finally came. Welcome. If you try to talk to someone in the upper part of the city, they either shrug you off or flat out ignore you. People around here are a bit wary, but they're also more likely to talk to you. Not that things aren't nice there, though. Can I get you something? I feel like having a beer. Make that too. But I just want one! I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and guess that the class that they was too slow of a learner and had to drop out for was math. And if it was math, then I cannot blame her because math sucks, said the English major. I'm asking for one for me. For me, add one to your order. Oh, that, right. Focus, Joel, focus. It's not the 31st yet. Stop worrying. Here. Thank you. Thanks. Say, you should have seen the kids after you left. They were all playing with the toys you picked. You nailed it again this year. They were all asking, where's Say? Where's Say? Why do they call you just Say when they call me Auntie Stella? Don't look that old. Don't worry, they still like you. Sorry I had to leave, but Mom worked overtime that night. I couldn't leave her alone. What happened? Well, they were fireworks, and some dog thought it'd be safe to hide in a jar. The little guy managed to get his head and a paw inside before getting stuck. And it was plastic, so they couldn't just try to break it. I mean, in my experience, plastic jars are not too hard to break. I mean, you just get like a knife or some scissors. If you get like if you get a really good pair of scissors, you can cut open most plastic jars I've seen. Assuming it's like grocery store plastic jars. Although, I guess you would worry about hurting the dog, but yeah. Yeah, I think it would be worse if the dog was stuck in a glass jar, because I think it would be worse for the dog if he tried to shatter a glass jar to break them out. That's messy. I needed someone to hold the dog while she worked. Poor fellow was scared. Well, I'm out. Oh yeah, we'll have a New Year's party this Saturday if you want to come. Sure, it's better than depressing myself with my dad's woes about the next fiscal year. I'll be here. Bye, Jill. Bye, Say. Careful. Please come again. You want to come too? I'd love to. I'll also make up for not coming last time. How was the party? Pretty nice. We played Truth or Dare. Had some fun, broke some glasses, ate lots and lots of food. Seriously, looking back, the amount of food was ridiculous compared to the number of people who were there. Better leftovers than left hanging, don't you think? Yeah. Can I get you something? Let's try something classy. Okay. I'll just get a fringe weaver and kill Faye. $18 karma tree, goodness. Something classy. Yep, this is the thing. Bella came in quite cheery about Sunday. This Sunday? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, her birthday is actually the 25th. Really? There's a weird story from when she was a kid. She heard Mega Santa's story and somehow she got it into her head that by being born on the 25th, she was the spiritual reincarnation of the original Santa. That made her start giving out gifts like crazy. Honestly, given the religious significance of Christmas to a lot of cultures, that's not the worst thing she could have thought herself to be the spiritual reincarnation of by being born on the 25th. Although, for the record, I believe a lot of historians have determined that Jesus Christ was probably born around June. So, if you are religious, that gives you free reign to celebrate Christmas in July. Heyo! Anyways, she got over it, but the gifting stuck to her. Spiritual reincarnation? Well, the story says the Redmond family destroyed Santa's spirit, and that Mega Santa was reborn as a manifestation of the Christmas spirit. She thought she was the old Santa spirit in a new body. That girl was delusional as a kid. Huh. Speaking of things you did when you were young, Stella mentioned she's worried about you going back to your old way. Again, is this something Jill should be saying? Something about a rough period where you were angry or something. Oh, that. We bet she's worried. But I won't go back to those days just like that, though. Even if I face the same situation, I'm more mature, you know? I'm not a teen anymore. Expected as much. Told her as much. Hey, can you give me something bubbly? Sure. I could get her another fringe weaver, for the record. But I don't want to actually kill Safe. Here. Bubbly, bubbly. Hey, Jill. Wanna know how Stella got her eye? I don't know if Say should be sharing this. We are all oversharing today. Huh? I feel you shouldn't tell me that. I mean, Jill, we've already overshared enough today. What's one more? She told you my story. Means she likes you enough. It's fine. Remember when I told you one white knight saved me from another? Well, it's about the other one. Apparently he was running away after doing something. Dunno. We were at the park and he held us hostage. At one point, they tried to approach and he he just... He gouged Stella's eye out. Oh, good lord! Ouch! I tried to stop him, but he just went and kicked me. I still remember that kick. I could feel my ribs breaking. There was pain in places I didn't know could feel pain. Was this when they were children? Goodness! This music is very inappropriately timed once again. Like, I suffered a horrific injury as a child. Bring on the dubstep! Woo! To accompany this childhood trauma, here's Skrillex! From time to time, I still relive that day. The kick in my torso, Stella's screams, it's chilling. I briefly regained consciousness after the kick, when I felt like I was being lifted. That kick knocked her unconscious! The white knight that attacked us was on the floor, not moving. I was on another white knight's shoulder. He took his helmet off and put it on an anguished Stella. I think if my eye was gouged out, the last thing I would want is like a helmet covering me, because what if it touches like the... Oh! Ooh! I'm wincing thinking about it. I passed out, and when I came to, I was in a hospital. Apparently the kick ruptured a couple of organs and I was put on emergency care. What the? Goodness! I woke up because Stella was punching my leg telling me to wake up. Damn. Just... Damn. What made you bring this up? I bring this up because that guy that was here last time I came, I think he's the one that freed us. No fucking way. Virgilio? Really? Everyone's connected in this game. What made you think that? Sure, more pounds and years, but I'm pretty sure it's him. There's something about his face that I just can't dismiss. I'd like to see him again. Do you know how? Do you know the Steampunk Museum? Ask for Virgilio there. Gotcha. Well, I'm done for today. Thanks, Joe. Please come again. I'll go take my break, Gil. Sure. Virgilio was good guy this whole time? What? Again, though, that is actually, again, though, as to, like, the drinks you serve changing the path of the game, that's actually something you get, that's actually, like, information you get only if you complete certain objectives with both Say and Virgilio. If you serve them, like, certain drinks and stuff, you get that conversation. Otherwise, it can be skipped entirely. And for the record, there's a lot of conversations like that, and some of them I have just... And while I have done some of them, like, I wanted to do that one just because I found it was very interesting and wholesome. There are some that I did deliberately skip for this playthrough, or at least I tried to. Just to make it a little more interesting if you guys ever decide to play this, so there are some secrets you guys can still find out for yourself. Anyways, it's safe to keep playing. Because again, I want you guys to play this, and I want you guys to enjoy some surprises. Wonder if I left food for 4. Probably should get rid of Base of the Titans. I think it's a little too inappropriate right now. Okay, I'm here. Dorothy? You won't get through the bar anytime soon. You can stop walking. I'm just imagining her walking like a clipping-like character in an NPC in a video game, just walking into a wall endlessly. Huh? Ah, honey. You want something? The usual, I guess. Usual. Oh. So, Dorothy is in a mood. Nothing that optional car machine can't fix. Let's make it big. Here. This is nice. Nice. Ice. Ice? Okay, you're freaking me out. What's up with you? Hey, honey. How do you know it's real? How so? I mean, how do you know if what you see is an actual thing? How could you tell if what you see around you is actually happening? What tells you everything is not actually a fabrication? What tells me I'm not just a simulation in a computer? I mean, Dorothy, by definition, you are a simulation in a computer. Both in lore and in real life, you are a simulation in a computer, because you're literally a robot, not to mention you're an NPC in a video game, so on both levels, you are in both the in-lore sense and in the literal sense, you are a simulation in a computer. It's like a book I remember reading as a child. I think it was called 7-Day Magic or something. It was like a children's book from the 50s, where these kids get a magic book and it just tells them stories about themselves, and they can use to like predict like the future and make wishes and stuff. And when they first find out that the book is written about themselves and their exact dialogue word for word, one of them says something like, "Does that mean we're not real people and we're just characters in this book someone wrote?" I remember even as a kid thinking like, well, that is a distinct possibility. Yeah, because it was a fictional book, obviously. But I find it funny when media unintentionally breaks the fourth wall, where NPCs or fictional characters realize they're NPCs and fictional characters. And those ponderings brought you to the bar? What? Oh, I'm in the bar. Am I? Dorothy. So you're having a solipsistic crisis of sorts? What? Solipsism. Probably solipsism. Solipsism. The theory that the self is the only thing that can be known to exist. See? That's another thing right there. That word. Solipsism. Solipsism. What does it even mean? Where the hell did it come from? Well, solus means alone and ips means self. Yes, but how did it come to be? You expect me to believe that a lot of people just randomly decide to make noises? And to decide, hey, let's make this noise mean this? I mean, kinda, yeah. That is kinda how language works at its most basic fundamentals. It doesn't make sense. Words don't make sense. I've been repeating words for a long time and they've stopped making sense. Why? Calm down, that's just semantic satiation. Stop being a nerd, Joel. Stop making up words, honey. It's this counter. How can I be sure the counter's really here? It is. Please stop tapping it. Dorothy's just having a nervous breakdown. Hold on, just making sure. I'm gonna guess we'll probably give her a piano woman to calm her down. Or just get her drunk, I guess. It's funny that she is having a crisis of, like, the solipsism of, like, crisis of am I real or not. Because, I mean, honestly, from time to time, I do have that crisis. Not necessarily a crisis that prevents me from functioning, but every now and then, like, the thought will appear in my head, like, how do I know everything else exists? How do I know other human beings are actually real? Because the only human being I ever have the perspective of, the first-person perspective of, is myself. How do I know everyone on Earth exists? How do I know it's not like a Truman Show situation where everything seems scripted around me? Like, and like, just even looking at history, how do I know the previous thousands of years, if not more, thousands, millions, whatever, years of history are actually real? How do you know? Maybe they were made up. Maybe the world literally only started existing when I was born. Will it cease to exist after I die? I can't prove otherwise, obviously, with 100% certainty. It's something, like, really existential and kind of creepy to think about from time to time. I apologize if I've given anyone else in chat an existential crisis by talking about this, but yeah, I'm chill about it right now for the record, but yeah. But yeah, Piano Woman typically helps Dorothy when she's happy or sad, so let's give her a shot here. Unfortunately, that means we can't double it, but it's already pretty expensive, so... Oh, that was 0. That counted as a mistake? Oh no, we don't get the perfection, but crap! Stop tapping the counter so much. I'm this close to throwing this at your face. Sorry. So let's start from the beginning. Since when did you have this existential crisis? Since earlier today, I think? I was remembering the good times I had with my guardian. But I don't know, it was all too sudden. I was thinking about everything that happened from a week ago until now. How much fun was I having? How much I loved everyone around me? Out of nowhere, the thoughts started piling up in my mind. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. What is fun? F is for friends who do stuff together. Are those feelings real? Is all of that real? Am I real? What tells me I'm actually in a body? What if I'm just a computer somewhere thinking it has the body? Again, literally by definition, you are. What if I'm just a human girl in a comatose dream? What tells me that you're real? Huh? For all I know, I might just be a figment of someone's imagination. Or even just an AI simulation in some computer that thinks it's a human. I've been there, Dorothy. That existential doubt and crisis. That uncertainty about whether or not things are real. It was a couple of months only, but goodness, I'm doing solipsism wrong. Whenever I have those crises, it's like a few minutes. I remember having panic attacks and scratching my arm to feel something. But the panic attack gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I couldn't feel the scratch and the fear got worse. Question, because I follow like a couple message boards and subreddits that are themed around Valhalla. People talk about like the panic attacks and scratching my arm to feel something. And there was a debate I remember seeing, like, does this imply that Jill self-harmed? Like, I mean, technically yes, but like in the sense of like depression. and does this count as self-harm? I think it does. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in, like, any sort of mental health, though. So yeah, that's something interesting to think about. Also, this goes without saying, if any of you in chat are self-harming, please seek help. Just please do it, because obviously that is not healthy. It is not okay, and you deserve to be happier than what you are right now. I don't know if that helped anyone, but yeah. Everyone deserves to be happy no matter what they've done, so, or how they feel, so, yeah. Anyways, heavy topics today. 2 days after Christmas, we are already back into the deep stuff. What did you do to get over it? Oddly enough, I read a book. The Last Rain in the World. One of my favorites. At one point I cried with the book and I realized I was crying over fake things, a story and its characters. I didn't care less for them because they were fake. Why not think of reality like that too? Even if I'm a figment of someone's imagination, I'd still care about you. That's what I told myself, at least. It wasn't immediate, but that focus helped me. I like it. Hey, can I take this drink? I made it for you. Thanks. Okay then. I love this image so much. I considered making it one of my profile pictures in the past, this specific image. Whew! Why did you throw it on your head? Oh, I bet her entire body, I bet the upper half of her body's gonna be sticky as heck after that. To feel something you made. And it burns. And itches a bit. I'll get you a towel. Delivery for Dana Zane. Oh, I've been here before. It's you, Mario. Welcome back. I have a delivery for Dana Zane. Who's that? She's my boss. I'll get it for her. Right. Sign here, please. It's a big package. Wonder what's inside. You should open it. If it's something perishable, maybe it'll need to be refrigerated. I'm pretty sure pretty sure in this context, opening someone else's mail is a federal offense. I don't know if you should be encouraging that, Mario. Let's see. It's a wiener. A really big wiener. Hey, honey. The big package had a big wiener inside. What will your boss do with such a thing? I don't know how she'll cook it. Perhaps she'll chop it? Honey, think the wiener is too big to eat correctly. Stop. Maybe you could prepare some right now? What do you say, honey? Do you want some of your boss's wiener? Seriously, Jill? She's the one making the jokes. This conversation is less than 10 minutes about existential crisis and possible self-harm. This game is wild. And you're the one trying not to laugh too hard at them. Anyways, we all know if they dare cook this without her permission, she'll hang us upside down. She'll hang me upside down. Hey, Jacket Boy, what's your name? I'm Mario. Come on, Mario, I'll buy you a drink. You might have another delivery, you know. This is the last one, actually. I'll accept your offer. I'll have a sunshine cloud. And you? I'm fine. Here. Thanks. Hey, call me Dorothy. You can also call me Darling for the right amount. Yeah, Dorothy. Why'd you buy me a drink? Just to let you know, I don't swing that way. What way, Lilum? I'm a man's man. I like men, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with liking women, but... Oh, don't worry. I wasn't hitting on you. I was thanking you. Thanking me? Your package let me see Honey here laughing like an idiot. It's easier than you think. That made me happy and... I don't know. It fit with what she was telling me earlier. I'm more calm than when I entered. Glad to help, I guess. Well, duty calls. Bye, Mario. Bye, John. Bye, honey. Enjoy your big wiener. Out with you. She seems like a nice girl. I don't mean for it to sound like I get it. Don't worry. You like guys. It's clear. Man's like Lil Nas X. He has to fight the straight allegations. Actual quote from Lil Nas X, by the way. I believe he said that in a tweet once. Speaking of, you like motorcycles, don't you? I do, yeah. Have you been to the Motor District? I spent all my free time in the Motor District, actually. Why? Is it true what they say about all the illegal races going on there? You're not a cop, are you? As far as I remember, no. Well, I mean, there are illegal street races, but there's also a semi-legal league going on there. Semi-legal? The authorities acknowledge that there's races going on. They don't know what goes on in them, however. Modified engines, casualties, substance abuse. Alright, so GTA. The illegal ones end up being safer in the end. Huh. Have you heard about a biker called Christine Love? Miss Love, of course. Everyone knows who she is. What about her? Is her gang as dangerous as they say? I don't know. Nobody knows. Excuse me? You look intimidating enough, but the truth is that nobody has faced them directly. Moreover, nobody wants to be the one that got beaten to a pulp if they turn out to be what they seem. So her gang is just... there. Menacingly doing their own thing, not bothering anyone. Oh. Do you want anything else? I'll have a piano, man. Alright. Every time I serve this, I immediately think of Billy Joel. Which isn't bad, that is a great song. Especially the AI cover I found online where Bob the Tomato from VeggieTales does it, but... It's very funny to hear Bob the Tomato singing about booze. Here. Yeah, this is nice. This will sound weird, but do you believe in replibots? Replibots? There's the belief that some Lilum out there are designed to perfectly replicate a particular human. So like, clones. That someone or something replaces those humans with such Lilum. Great! If this... Officially, if devs ever want to turn the Glitch City stuff into like a horror game, they have their in. Because that would be like really creepy. Thus they call them Replibots. You know a lot about this. I don't. It's in most magazines nowadays. Well, it's the first time I've heard of it. Because you're a nerd, Jill. What about it? On my way here, I almost ran over my neighbor. He just showed up in the middle of the street. I say almost because he moved really quickly out of the way. Then I went to deliver a package and somehow my neighbor was there. Almost immediately after the whole thing. He was there the whole time. Maybe it was someone that looked like him? He had the same looks, clothes, and mannerisms. Trust me, you know a perfect replica when you see one. You saw the Kid Lilim here. They could easily pass off as humans. There are even Lilim idol singers nowadays whose voices can pass off as human. They could be passing off as humans under our very own noses, replacing us little by little. At this point in time, I really doubt it. Lilim behavior is a bit different. You can easily tell someone's a Lilim because they seem... How do I put this? They don't care about risk and danger as much as we do. They treat risks with a lot more leniency. Lilims are adrenaline junkies confirmed. Still, be careful. Keep an eye out for uncanny doppelgangers. I see Mario has been speaking a lot with Dale Gribble recently. The government's implanting Lilim to replace humans. They already did it for a presidential assassination that was covered up by the CIA. You gotta listen to me, Hank. Glitch City will be destroyed. Apologies for the poor Dale Gribble impression, and obligatory rest in peace to Dale Gribble's original voice actor. I'm leaving. Thanks for everything. Please come again. What's your take on the Replibot thing? Do you believe in them? Do you? Not really, but I asked you first. When I was in high school, I had this irrational fear of aliens. I was paranoid that they would come. What would I do then? Whenever I lost lots of sleep because of it. That doesn't answer my question. Let me finish. After many months of fear, I reached a conclusion that might as well apply here. It's useless to be afraid. I am but a simple woman. I wouldn't be able to do shit against them. So I'd rather live without being afraid. Because the memories of not being afraid will be my only solace when the Nuvuli crabs invade. When the Replibots come. Gil, you have to listen. The Nuvuli crabs are being planted by the government to kill us. Jill, are you still afraid of aliens? What part of "it's useless to be afraid" didn't you catch? Right. Back, did anything happen? I discovered I have the sense of humor of an 8-year-old. Did anything new happen? Ouch. Hey. They brought you a package. Ah yes, my curated wiener. It's a gift from my folks. It was delayed in customs, but here it is. You guys want some of it? That's a new one. Oh, it did count as a flawless service bonus. Okay, let's go. We made more than we sold in drinks. Have some pocket money. I'm out of excuses. Alright, so if we get a good score on the 28th and 29th, we should have enough money by the 30th, hopefully. Well, anyways, that'll do it for today's episode of Daily Valhalla. A bit of a longer episode than usual, but there was a lot to cover, so we will see you tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye-bye!